Hey guys, Dad TFP here, and I'm with my best friend NiagaraTFP, and we have. Whoa, wait a second. Where's the rest of the buildings? Because we want to show you something amazing today. That's better, but we're still missing a lot of buildings.
Dad, can you say what it is?
That's Trump Tower. And I like all these. I like the John Hancock. I like the Sears Tower. Willis Tower is what they call it now. I like all these amazing towers. And guess what city it is, folks? That's right, it's Chicagoland. What's that last building? I'm not sure what that one's called. Prudential, maybe?
You have to look in the stop motion video.
All right, so if you guys want to know what building that is, look at the stop motion. And there's another iconic series of buildings that's part of Chicago. And there it is. It's Navy Pier. But I think we're missing what puts this all in context. So I think it's time to show everyone. Oh, that's the Aon Center. That's another amazing building in Chicagoland. But I think we need to show them how it's supposed to look in context with the whole 4D Cityscape puzzle. So let's do it. Oh, that's right. Another amazing 4D Cityscape time puzzle. And if you remember how these puzzles work, is you have the first puzzle, which is the city at an early period in time. And then on top of it is another puzzle where it's more modern time. And then we have these 3D structures that go on top. And these are the buildings, so it's kind of cool.
It's like a mini skyline.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the skyline of Chicago. And it's really cool.
Look, it looks like you're trying to... It looks like you're like a giant... It looks like a view from an airplane.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, these are the coolest puzzles around. I don't know, man. We gotta find them all, right?
We did two already.
That's right. There's one. There's Rome. I hope you guys watched that video. That was pretty cool. There is London.
I don't know if you noticed, but that was a little sneak peek to the actual puzzle. We didn't actually show you anything else in that, so you have to look into the rest of in the video to see the rest of that puzzle.
All right, sounds good. Well, let's talk about
the box.
Chicago, the box. All right, so there you see the box, telling you it's a Chicago history over time 4D puzzle.
That's actually upside down. Don't know why it's upside down.
There you go.
Look, you can see that's what the picture looks like.
Yep, and if you've been to Chicago, that's the iconic Lakeshore Drive.
Look.
That's the road along the ocean. There's this Willis Tower, Sears Tower.
That's just the size. There's nothing on there.
That side gives you the part number. 950 pieces.
Oh look, there's 2010 and more.
Yeah, 2010.
You
Very
can
cool.
and you can see other ones like 2000, 2005.
Yeah, 2000, 2005. So very nice.
And all the way back until like 1885.
1885. That is so cool.
Look how many pieces there are. This one only has this one only has 950 pieces.
All right, but it has a lot of cool skyscrapers, right?
Yes, it looks like I kind of like this because it looks like you're on an airplane and looking at the skyline.
For sure. I know that's one of the cool things when you travel to a big city like Chicago or New York. Is when you're in the airplane, it's like, oh my God, there's so many skyscrapers. It looks kind of cool.
But then this is like it's like the entire city is in your house.
That's right. All right, let's show it.
Let's show you the back.
All right.
If you want to read this, that's on the wrong one. So you have to look at the wrong one to see that one. Anyways, you can see some of the buildings. So this is layer 1. You can see that it's basically just an old version.
That's right. And then layer 2 is a more modern version.
You can see that includes Navy Pier. That's not there originally.
That's cool.
And then this is all the stuff. I think this is actually from New York because it has those bridges.
Ha! That's funny.
Anyways, it's the same thing. Anyways, there's Chicago, time thing there. 40 Cityscape time puzzle on the side. But let's look what's inside the box. That's a little thing.
Oh.
That's a thing
Like a foam piece from
the building.
Yeah, that's right.
This is a time poster showing where to do it.
Oh, wow.
Look, Willis Tower.
Willis Tower. You know, Willis Tower was 1973. That was almost a really awesome year.
Yeah, that really awesome.
You got Water Tower Place, 1975. That's a pretty cool building with a lot of stores around. And
Water
stuff.
Place is a mall.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Actually, is it called Water Place? I always call it Water Tower Place, but maybe I'm wrong.
It's called Water Tower Place, but for some reason here it's called Water Place.
All right, yeah.
This one looks like a chair.
Yeah, the Civic Opera House. That one's always cool.
But think of that one look like a giant chair.
I mean, it's pretty cool, right?
Does it look like a giant horse on that chair?
It does, yeah.
Like a big throne.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of, when you walk around Chicago, there's a lot of beautiful buildings.
Navy Pier is really wide there. And there's this Trump Tower all the way to the end here.
Yeah, that's right. Very cool.
And also, I don't know if you know this, but these 7 buildings, which... Wait, I think that's actually 6. It look like 7 buildings, but anyways, those 6 buildings, the other buildings in Chicago, which are just not, they're just not like specific buildings, so they're just random buildings in the skyline. I think that's the same thing for like New York or something like that.
Very cool.
So at the end of the stop motion, if you look, the reason why there are lots of buildings multiplying is because those are just the extra buildings in Chicago.
All right, cool.
Anyways, I'm going to show you more. This is the... If you want to look at that old map in high detail, then this is what it looks like.
That's right. Yep, this is the historical map of Chicago from 1867. So when was the Great Chicago Fire? What year was that?
You have to look in the stop motion.
All right, sounds good.
And don't forget, there is this side, which shows the current one. This also is this is also a really helpful thing to know where the buildings go.
For sure, yeah, it looks really cool.
As you can see, the ones that have G on it, those are just the extra buildings. So all these ones are G. That's where the Willis Tower goes right there.
Oh my God, yeah, very cool. And Chicago's nice because it has a pretty cool river that goes through the downtown, and the bridges are always awesome around it, right?
You can see this is an area where the 3 meet.
So where's Trump Tower in that picture?
Here.
All right, 83. Yep.
What's your favorite building in Chicago?
Probably the Willis Tower. How about you?
I don't know. What's your favorite building in Chicago? Anyways, in the comments, what's your favorite building in Chicago? Anyways, here's how many parts there are. This is the first one, the hard one. It has 600 pieces.
Yep, 600
I
plus.
mean, it's not that crazy because it's really crazy, but there are so many puzzle with 1,000 pieces. So this one is an easier version, but it's still kind of hard because a lot of pieces look similar.
Yeah, because it has so much of the lake, and so it's kind of hard when it's just like tiny different shades of blue, right?
And then this is 183 pieces. That's just the second layer. That's easier because it has a lot of the building shapes.
Mm-hmm, that's right.
And then 126, that's just the third layer.
And that's the 126 structures, right?
So that's what 1 looks like. You can see it's just a normal puzzle. 2 looks like that. You put these foam things on top.
Stickers, yep.
And it's just a little small skyline. And you can see that's just a little bit of the signboard too.
All right, I think people are anxious to see it. Let's do it. Oh, if you look at all those labels, you'll remember those from the amazing stop motion video.
Look, let's see if we can find Willis Tower here.
Oh my God, I don't know, man. That's gonna be hard. You're not gonna find Willis Tower. There's a million of them.
I mean, there's Tribune Tower. I mean, we're not gonna find Willis Tower, but let's just look at some other building. So.
Well, here's Trump Tower. Oh wait, no.
Oh, there's Willis Tower.
You found it. Nice job. I mean, that's pretty hard to do when there's like 100 of them, right?
Yes, this is the areas where the buildings go.
Very cool.
And now I'm going to pose this to show you the actual puzzle.
All right, this is pretty cool.
That's just a little bit of it.
All right, you guys getting anxious? There you go. There you see the lake. There's the lake and the city.
Gatsby's gonna talk more about Chicago while I move this puzzle over.
All right, so Chicago's a really cool city located in Illinois, and right on the downtown is on the shore of Lake Michigan, which is one of the Great Lakes, a pretty cool lake.
There's a lot of beaches in the northern area. There's actually a beach in this 40 Cityscape puzzle.
Yeah, there's beaches there.
You can kind of see what it looks like now.
Yeah, there. Look at that, pretty cool. You're kind of getting a little glimpse. If you look in the back, the big tall one, that's the Sears Tower. And now you're Willis Tower. Then you're starting to see Navy Pier, which is pretty fun to walk on Navy Pier, right?
Yes, Gatsby's gonna talk more about Chicago while I move the rest of this over really slowly.
Then you got Lakeshore Drive, which is a nice highway.
Look, there's a beach, Oak Street Beach.
Oak Street Beach is probably the most famous beach in Chicago. That's kind of the maybe the nicest, cleanest beach downtown Chicago.
Anyways, there
you go, guys. What do you think? Pretty amazing, huh?
Yes. I'm going to look at the top, and you can see that it looks like you see it from an airplane.
That's right.
And I'm going to turn this while Gatsby talks more about Chicago.
And so if you look right next to Navy Pier, that's the water treatment plant, I believe, which is very important because Chicago is known to have very tasty water from the tap. And so we get the water from Lake Michigan, it's processed by the plant, and then we get it in our homes, and it tastes really good.
And it's not as cool as Navy Pier.
Yeah, I mean, you never really get a chance to visit the water treatment plant, but you always see it when you're by Navy Pier.
What's better, that plant or Navy Pier?
Navy Pier is nice, and I think I like walking around Navy Pier. That's cool.
How many times better is that than the plant?
It's probably like 1,000,000 times better.
How does if you stay in that plant?
I mean, if you work there, that's really cool. If you were to work there, that'd be really cool because it's kind of like.
How does if you lift it?
Nah, no one lives there because it's just a factory. It's kind of like a factory.
Look, you can. That's actually the north view. I'm showing it in like the view looking west because that's actually what the text shows. But anyways, this is.
Oh, very nice. Yeah.
But anyways, this is a north view.
So if you guys are familiar with Chicago, you're familiar with a lot of these buildings.
Look, I don't know why, but the Hancock building's the only one that has texture. The other ones don't.
Okay, well, Hancock has that iconic look to it with those diagonal supports.
Those X-shaped.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Look, can you guess what this fountain is?
That's Buckingham Fountain. It's the coolest fountain in Chicago.
They forgot something important.
What is it? Oh, Millennium.
They forgot
the bean. Oh, that'd be cool if they had the bean. They got the place for it though, right?
What do you feel that they don't have the bean?
I don't know. It's kind of, bean might be too small relative to the building. But yeah, right around Millennium Park is actually really cool to walk around too. They got some cool fountains there. They got.
This is Millennium Park here.
Yeah, you got Grant Park, which they have a lot of.
You can see this one.
Festivals there.
You can see that diamond thing that I talked about earlier. This is the Aeon building.
Aeon building is actually kind of cool. I remember we walked around there the last couple of years, and it kind of like you just always see it in the distance. We never really walked around it before.
It's not a really famous one as compared to the Willis Tower, which is this one back here.
Yeah, and the Willis Tower in the last couple of years got an amazing makeover where now it has they redid the lobby, redid the outside of it. I mean, it looks really cool, right?
I'm going to move this building in the front so you can see it better. And there you go. That's it.
There you go, yep.
I'm going to put this building back in place.
Oh, and then Willis Tower has like a lot of cool restaurants like in the little lobby area. It's cool.
Here's this Trump Tower there. They forgot the Wrigley building. That's a little weird.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So Trump Tower's pretty cool.
For some reason, they forgot the Wrigley building.
Yeah, maybe they just couldn't fit it in there because it's so tight.
Maybe this can be the Wrigley building.
Yeah, that's true.
This is the Tribune Tower. This is where the Chicago Architecture Center is located.
Yeah, that's always nice to check out.
Yes, this is This is made in like 2012, so they didn't make that building. It's called the St. Regis Chicago, or the Vista Tower. It's a cool tower. It has like steps on it.
That is awesome. Yeah.
And it also curves like a that. This is basically just like the neighborhood areas.
Yeah.
So you see a lot of straight seats here. It's not like Rome and London. Those are like European. Well, since this one's American, it has the straight streets.
Yeah, we're lucky in a lot of cities in America. We have got a grid structure to the streets, so it's easy to kind of navigate around the city.
Instead of Rome and London, where it's all crazy looking.
Yeah, and the older cities, the roads are kind of like just wherever they decide to put the roads hundreds or thousands of years ago, right? And they all kind of spread out from there.
And so a lot of cities have I think this is the only one that I know of that goes perfectly north to south. Other ones go in an angle.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so this is like a unique one because it's the one that goes north to south.
That's right.
This is another one here. Also, this video is pretty long, so we're going to stop this video here. But while I do that, I can just zoom into it while Dad talks more about.
All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is very cool cityscape of Chicago, a city that we love, one of our favorite cities.
Yes, it's a really cool thing here. That's Navy Pier down there. They've got the Ferris wheel.
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah.
But if you look at the Ferris wheel, you can actually move the tripod and see what it looks like. If you go on that Ferris wheel, it looks like that. And if you look at it from like the little tower, it looks like that. So it's basically just like it's basically like you go on an airplane and you view the whole city.
Yep, very cool.
We have a New York one, but it's a very old one. So maybe we can find that one. But anyways, here's the video. Anyways, there you go.
Thanks for watching, guys.
And there you go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.